rotation for Gonzaga?
But we'll go Thursday, we're gonna go Ramage Friday, we'll go Nolan Saturday or game 3, Wicklander, and then we'll leave the 4th game TBA. See how it goes, who we gotta pitch, and, we're probably gonna be battling some weather too, so, that's the order anyway, those 3.
Would Cops be one if he's not using relief?
Possibly, yeah, he could possibly start, and, we're gonna do what we need to do with our bullpen to try to win a few games, or game 1, and then kind of rearrange after that.
Dave, can you talk about the logic, you wanting to keep the 2 main guys on their days and Ramage on the?
Yeah, a little bit, Ramage was a guy we almost started opening weekend, but we wanted to keep him out of the pen. He threw well enough in preseason to be one of those starters. He hadn't even thrown until Sunday. We needed to get him a couple innings. Even though going into Sunday's game, Coach Hobbs and I had talked about who we were gonna pitch on Thursday, and it was gonna be Ramage. We wanted to keep Connor let him get his rest, and Wicklander. But we did want to get him in the game, and let him get a couple innings, which was kind of like throwing a bullpen for him and getting ready for Thursday.
Gonzaga, they've come in here and won series, they beat you on the road,
Yep.
they've kind of had your number. What's your take on the series?
They got us in Arizona. We faced a big leaguer. I think we lost like 1-0, 2-1 out there in Arizona, and then I know in 2015 they came in here for a couple of midweek games early, and we did everything we could to not win games. We were walking people and hitting people and couldn't hold the lead, and they really frustrated us. They've got a really good program. They got an older team. They're all big series, but I imagine when you come to an SEC school, you got a chance to play 3 or 4 games. It can really boost your resume, and they did a nice job yesterday, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th to come back to beat New Mexico at a neutral site, and they also beat Oregon State in that tournament. I think they lost to BYU. I think the score was 8-1 there, but it was 1-1 going into the 7th or 8th, and they gave up 7 runs in 1 inning. So that was another great game, and then I think Oregon State beat them in a game. So they've played really good competition, neutral site. So I don't really feel like that the travel or the atmosphere is probably going to bother them too much. They've been on the road.
Will the starters be on pitch counts again this weekend, you think?
Yeah, our pitchers are always on pitch counts for the most part. It just depends on, what type of situations they're trying to get through each inning, and how hard is it? Is it a lot of pitching out of the stretch, stressful innings, trying to get out of jams? How many innings are they? They have 12 pitch inning, or they have 24 pitch inning, and but yeah, it'll probably be around the same. Could go 5 pitches more, maybe. Just depends on how it is. Depends on the weather, the temperature. There's a lot that goes into that, and how they feel. But yeah, we'll keep a close eye on these guys. Like I always say, I want these guys to go out and have a really good outing and show us what they can do. But at the same time, we got to keep these guys healthy, and keep them ready for conference play and down the road.
What kind of pitcher is Jacob, the Gonzaga preseason All-American?
Yeah, they've got a couple 3 guys, and they've got a left-hander that's going to throw the ball anywhere from 86 to 91 with a really good changeup, and right-hander's a little better velocity. It's all we can go on is basically what we see on video, and it's difficult. You can just see arm action and movement a little bit, but it's until you really get out there and see what's going on, it's really hard to tell you what we're going to see.
This Sunday's weather forecast is pretty grim. Are you looking at doubleheaders possibly?
If you really take a step back and look at what they're saying right now, it looks like Friday's your best day for a to play 2. Okay, if you're going to play Saturday, our game's scheduled at 2. We have a basketball game at noon. We'd have to start probably around the same time, so we're not going to do anything on that yet. We'll see how it goes tomorrow and the next day, and I would think that if we felt like we needed to play 2 and Friday was the best day to do it, we'll make that decision on Thursday.
So Dave, you come out of a series like that, and a lot of positives, but you're looking at big picture and things you wanna correct. What would you say that you took away from that in terms of, we gotta get better here and here?
Yeah, we did everything pretty well. We played pretty good defense, a lot of timely hitting, 2-out runs. You know, and I don't know, you know, I try to be positive most of the time, but I'd like to cut down our strikeouts a little bit. Now, I think, you know, Friday's pitcher last week was as good as we're gonna probably see, you know, for the most part, when you talk about velocity and things, but, and we did a pretty good job the next 2 days, you know, overall on putting the bat on the ball for the most part. Some of the bullpen guys or guys that came in, you know, it's like they would give us one good inning and then the second inning didn't go so good. And you need to see guys come out and be able to duplicate what they just did, and so we can plan that and coach to that a little bit. I tell them, you show us what we need to do, and you know, if you show us that you're only good for one inning, the second inning you're walking people and they're giving up a lot of hits, it's like you lose it after one. You know, that's what we're gonna go on. We're gonna let you go one inning, and I'd like to see some of our pitchers be able to be extended a little bit more. You know, we may change up the lineup a little bit, the batting order, to protect some people or do some things or hopefully lengthen that thing a little bit more. It's not because we didn't score runs, we didn't hit. Again, you know, if it doesn't go good for a couple days and you change the lineup, people are gonna say, why'd you change the order of your hitters? Well, we're kind of looking at the big picture down the road too. So you could see a little bit of a change in maybe the batting order.
Did you like Braden Webb in that leadoff spot?
Yeah, I thought he did a great job. Got on base, scored a lot of runs, and had some really good at-bats where he fought and, you know, got 6, 7, 8 pitches and did everything that you like to see a leadoff guy do.
Do you think there might be some nerves for him, being from JUCO?
Say what?
Do you think there might be some nerves from him?
I mean, I think there's nerves for everybody, you know. You think about playing in front of 8,000, 9,000 people right out of the gate, first time in Division I baseball. I think they're all nervous, but I think if he was, he handled it pretty good.
What do you see from Christian Franklin, the tool?
I like him. I just like Christian Franklin's approach right now, and he may be a guy we move a little bit. He'll take a walk, but he's also going to hit the ball a long way. He uses the whole field, and you know, I told Christian before the season started that I might hit him 1, 2, 5, somewhere in there. And, we may move him back in the order just to sit behind some other hitters. Take a little speed to the middle, to the back side of that lineup.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Coach.